These, go back to the plaintiff, please. These, you owe her. Do you understand? These are all from August.
I'm not disputing the ticket in itself. I'm disputing the fines.
I don't care what you're disputing, sir. I'm not ordering you to pay those. If you're supposed to pay those, the judge in the Supreme Court will order you to pay those, execute a judgment. You do work for somebody?
Yes, I do.
Who?
New York City Transit.
They'll garnish your wages. That's what she's going to do. She's going to get a judgment for those. They're going to garnish your wages. That's what I hope she does. Did you pay any of these, by the way?
No, ma'am, I have not.
Well, then I'm going to calculate them differently because they're due. If it's after September 20th, the fines increase. So now we have 542, 325, 542, unless you pay today, 108. All right, 1325 on all of the tolls that were subsequent to your divorce.
Okay.
You're absolutely entitled to those. You know, sometimes when you have property, you're penny wise and pound foolish if you don't have an attorney assisting you with a divorce. Okay, you have a second part of your claim.
Yes, he was supposed to, the agreement says that we have to split childcare. I believe his part is 61%, mine is 42%. He told me that he couldn't afford it, but his job gives him free vouchers for childcare. He said that he was going to go get these vouchers so that he didn't have to pay out of pocket because he couldn't afford it. He never did, so I ended up paying out of pocket for the full amount.
Go back to the Supreme Court. Get the judgment of divorce modified. That's what you have to do.
Okay.
He works for the city of New York.
Mm-hmm.
You know how fast they're going to garnish his wages? How much child support does he pay?
He's only made one payment. He's actually over $3,000 in arrears because he's not paying.
Ms. Kissick, let me explain something to you.
I've put in an order. They just haven't taken it out yet.
You've put in an order where?
With the Department of Social Services to garnish his check, and they sent it to his job. But because he was supposed to make the first payment to me, they kind of just, they didn't put the order in because he never made the initial payment. But there is an order in, and he has made one payment.
That's not true. As far as the...
Listen to me. I would garnish your wages so fast your heads are going to spin. How much is he supposed to pay in child support pursuant to this judgment of divorce?
$321 a week.
And since June the 29th, how many payments have you received?
One.
So fast his head would spin. And once you get the order, they're going to confiscate his whatever refund he might get on his tax returns. And if he doesn't pay it, let me tell you the next step that I would do with him. I would go to the family court and I would file for a violation of this order, and I would have them lift his driver's license. Next order of business. Since June 29th, if you've only made one child support payment, sir, then you're in substantial arrears.
The child support payments were through payroll withholding. I have contacted the child support agency to find out why they have not been removing the monies from my check. They said it's a slow process.
So is what you're telling me that you could not write a check so that you had proof of payment and say, listen, they haven't started taking this out of my check yet. They say it's a slow process because you work for the city of New York?
Yes.
Well, I worked in the city of New York under a lot of different administrations. It's chaos. Now, that doesn't mean that your children don't eat. $321 is a substantial child support order. It should have been coming out of your checkbook every week until it started to come out of your check. That's what a father does, not somebody who's a slicko. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1325. And I would have him in court, madam, as often as your schedule permits. We're done. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.